There's lava right back there. Wait, what? Oh, he tried it in me. No! I'm a crippled man. Leave me alone. Stop! You shouldn't attack a cripple. Do they not teach you that? Guys, this is kind of hard to play. What about surgery, bro? What do you mean? Do you not see my cast literally right now, physically on? Were you jorking it too much? No, I wasn't. Stop trying to spread that. It's not true. Can you tell us about your arm story? Yeah, I was in Taiwan, and there was a dragon that I was at like a museum, and unfortunately one of the dragons that they had in the museum, it like came back to life somehow, and then it bit me, but it was like tiny still, so I was able to stick my hand like under the jaw and try and like get it out, but then like it didn't work and it broke my wrist, but I saved myself and I lived. Unk still got it. Crap. All right. It's a little, you know, a little mid. How did it break? I was trying to take a cool photo on the top of the Eiffel Tower, and I fell and I broke my fall, but I broke my wrist too. I also broke my back and my legs. Did you learn how to goon with your left hand? Not yet. Not yet. I will master it though eventually. What the heck? I don't know if you'll see it, but you guys call each other by your real names when you aren't streaming. Sometimes. I mean, George, obviously we call George. I call Side Up Nick most of the time. They both call me Dream. Pretty much everyone calls me Dream. How did you break your wrist? Well, you see, there was 3 big burly men, and they cornered me in a dark alleyway. I was walking, I was trying to get some muffins for Bad Boy Halo, and 3 big burly men, they were at least like 6 foot each, came out from behind the dark alleyway, and they started beating me up. But I had the technique of just spinning around and like slamming my arm like around, and so I was hitting them with my arm over and over and over again as I spun around like in a helicopter circle. But it broke as I was doing that. I didn't think it was going to break, but it broke. And I had to use my other arm to grab it and start like using it to beat them to finish and get away. And I got away, but then it was still broken. So now I'm unfortunately in a cast, but you do not want to see them lock in. You should be in the nether by now. Oh, shut your mouth. Look, I'd beat you up in a cast, and that's all I know. In real life and in Minecraft. How'd you break your wrist? Well, unfortunately, I was skiing, and I was with George. And George thought it'd be really funny to try and do a backflip, but he doesn't know how to do a backflip. So when he tried to do the backflip, he was like halfway through the backflip and landed right on top of my arm. And unfortunately, it broke. And so I had to have surgery. From 1 to 6, how many hunters do you think you could beat in a cast? Well, I think with some practice, I could definitely beat at least 1 hunter. I think it would take practice, and it is pretty annoying. But like, crap. How did you break your arm? It's a long story how I broke it. I was speedrunning and I got really mad because Dr. Donut was somehow in my world, and he griefed the Ender Dragon before I could even kill it. And so I started slamming my hand and I broke it, unfortunately. And I had to go to the doctor. Oh no. Okay, I lived. That's all that matters. No! Crap! That was my cast! You see, I was trying to pick the 6th hunter, and I picked somebody, and I had to talk to them in person about it, and so they like flew to me, and then when I met up with them, they said that they would only be the 6th hunter if they could break my arm, and so then I had to say yes, because they needed time to train for the 6 hunters, and they needed me to be like crippled, and that was the only way they would agree. So I had to agree to their demands. Yeah, unfortunately, I have this cast on for a month, which I didn't know it was that long, and I just got it put on. Why'd you get surgery? I don't know. I kind of wanted to. I've never had a surgery before. What do you mean? Why'd I get surgery? Because my wrist was broken and I had to get surgery. I don't think Dream understands the word rest. I do. Do you understand the word grind? I was trying to milk a cow in real life, and unfortunately the cow didn't like that I was milking it, so it bit me. My hand was stuck in the cow's mouth while my other hand was milking its udder, and it did not let go of me, and so I didn't let go of it. I kept squeezing, and then it kept biting down until eventually I stopped. And then I went to the doctor, and my bone was broken, and they had to try and fix it. You want to see my foot? I can put my foot behind my like shoulders, but I'm not trying to do that right now. I'm just trying to put my foot in like a weird position that you guys can see. There it is. There's my foot. It smells bad? No, it doesn't. It doesn't smell bad. It smells good. I had a world record for arm wrestling, and I got challenged. There's this big guy, this big, massive guy. He challenged me for the world record, and unfortunately, I lost, and he snapped my arm in half. And they said I might have to lose it unless I can put it in a cast for a couple months. How'd you break your leg? Well, after my arm was broken, it became really hard to like move around, and I fell, and I couldn't protect my fall, and so I fell on my leg, unfortunately, and I broke my leg. How'd you break your back? Well, I mean, after I had a broken leg and a broken arm, I really didn't want to be in a wheelchair, so instead I was trying to hop around on my left foot, and I'm not very good just hopping on my left foot, and so I fell, and I really couldn't protect myself, so I just fell flat on my back, and it broke. Any complications with the surgery? I peed myself a couple times during it, but I don't know how complications that is. They said it was normal, but I don't know if they were just trying to make me feel better or not. When I woke up, there was just pee everywhere. And the nurses were cleaning it up. What happened to your arm? Well, I was on a roller coaster, and I put my hands up, and unfortunately there was a malfunction, and it smacked. I smacked it into like an iron bar on the roller coaster as I was going by, and I was at the Disney doctor. The doctor's like in Disney, and they tried to fix it. They said they might have to put me down, but unfortunately they didn't have to, and they were able to put a cast on it and make it good. Yeah, there's not really anything anywhere. No! 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 Why? Dream, what happened to your hand? I had to get a hand transplant because I couldn't beat Minecraft fast enough, and I just didn't have the like genetics, and so can we get a face cam stream sometime? We'll see. Maybe. Not now. Ah, no! Why did I do such a thing? No! Wait. No! I could aim the god apple too. Crap. Heard about the motorcycle accident. How's your arm? It's pretty good. It was fun learning how to ride a motorcycle, but I didn't know that you can't go however fast you want. Like, I thought that when you had a motorcycle, that was like the whole point. You could just go as fast as you want. And so I didn't realize that that you had to follow the speed limit still, otherwise I wouldn't have been pulled over. And then when I was pulled over, of course I had to run, because I was going like 100 something miles an hour, and I didn't realize that you weren't allowed to do that. And so there's a lava pool. Thanks, Shirley. So I had to run from the police, and when I was running, I did get away, but I tried to stow away at Skeppy's house, and when I was climbing through his window, it broke my arm, unfortunately. I did bad break Dream's arm. Well, he didn't. I was trying to show him something, and I was sitting on the couch, and unfortunately, his big, voluptuous butt sat right on my arm and broke it. How did it break? Oh my god. I have to tell this story for like the 20th time. So, Callahan, he's a coder that we have work on some of our stuff. He wasn't like doing his job. And I yelled at him, and apparently I was a little bit too loud with my voice because he beat the crap out of me and broke my arm. And then I had to fire him. How did you break your back? Well, after I broke my arm, I was very vulnerable, and then Gumball came back for a round 2 and took advantage of it and snapped me over his knee. Is Bad Boy Halo gay? Yes. He is. He said he wanted me to answer your question and come out for him on my stream without him being here. I was tunneling. It was in California. We were trying to build a tunnel, and there was a carpool that like was going through the tunnel as we were digging it because they thought it was a finished tunnel. And I got out of the way, but then I tried to grab Skeppy, like his leg, to pull him out of the way of the carpool. but I didn't get him out of the way, and it was his wrist, and Skeppy got ran over, and my wrist got ran over, and Skeppy had a Skeppy transplant surgery, and he's fine now because he's all like new and good, but my wrist unfortunately is broken, so I had to have it in a cast. Why are you not giving me what I want? I don't ask for much. So I was in a Mr. Beast challenge, and it was who could jork it for 24 hours straight. And unfortunately, I won. And it really, I don't know. They didn't like it because the footage didn't turn out good enough, I guess. I don't know what their standards are. And so they had us all sign NDAs to not talk about it, so I can't even talk about it. But I did break my wrist. Is your cast actually making a difference, or are you able to power through? My cast is definitely making a difference. I cannot, like, I don't know, like, I cannot hold the mouse how I usually hold the mouse. I'm also using a different mouse right now than usual because my other mouse is too tall for the cast. It was the dream team was trying to see who could hit a hammer on their hand the most times in a row without, like, saying ow. And George could do 0, but then Saturn and I were on like 252 or something. I forgot the exact number, and then my wrist broke, unfortunately. That's why you probably shouldn't do that, I guess.